So for this look is a little bit more theatrical. We've used a range of different products. So what I started with was the same process. I started with my matte foundation on the eyelid as a base. On the eyelid for this particular look, I went back to the new Lumiere palette and I used the apricot, I think it's called Golden Apricot. It's such a beautiful color. It's pink, but it has a tinge of gold, or it throws gold. To set it on this eye, you can use a clear, a neutral setting powder, or what I have done is I've gone in to just reinforce that color so that it really pops. I've gone in and sort of double dipped on and used the actual loose powder on top to set it. In the socket, you'll notice this color over here. If you just close for me, Zoe, it looks like a mauve, but what I actually have done is I've layered the color just to give that mauve a little bit more intensity. I used a medium sort of taupe brown in the socket first, and I know that seems a little bit backwards to do a powder and then cream on top of it, but I've found that sometimes with creams, if you powder on top of it with a darker color, you then lose the color of the cream and it catches, whereas this opposite way, I don't know how they've done it with Ben Nye, but it doesn't go cakey somehow. I know that sort of feels like it defies all the rules, but
that's pretty much what I say too. Somehow we did that.
Somehow you did that.
So
I don't know. Oh, and this is one of my favorite colors, the electric blue. I just had to use this color in one of my makeups this weekend as soon as I saw it. And I'm going to use the Liquicet instead of the Final Seal. Just close. I'm using a white cake liner now, and I used this on the bottom rather than a pencil because what I've done is I've actually painted her bottom lash in this, and this is quite safe to use on the waterline as well, and it stays on longer than a pencil because it's set, really, it sets.
Yeah, so it's a makeup that's made to mix and then dry. And when you use the Liquicet, then it makes it water resistant. So Eliza's putting the cake eyeliner on the table of the eye.
And see how intense that I don't know if you can do a close-up on that, but it's quite an intense white. And I'm just going to go a little bit underneath because, some people have that little bit of darkness right on where their lashes actually protrude from the skin. So I'm just trying to get rid of any of that because with this makeup, what I've attempted to do is make the eye wider by extending the lower lash line using false lashes and my own lash line that I've popped in there. And what I go in and do next is use the neutralizer pencil again and just underneath the eye, and that just brightens that up underneath there. So I'm doing the bottom eyeline using the cream liner again. And with this one, I haven't set it and it still has stayed. I think if it's on the top of the eye where you're blinking a lot and you can get some transference, then yeah, you have to set it. But for this bottom, it's nice and creamy, and I like the texture of the line. It's not as harsh. It's a little bit softer than a cake liner. And this little brush here, the number 1, you can get those lines really, really fine, which I love. And so you can see how fine you can get that line on the end. You know, I've done a few little flicks, and they're really just markers for me for where I want my lashes to start. And it just adds to the look, you know, opening up, bringing that eyeline down a little bit further. And for this look, I'm actually using a clear, and you know you can get clear glue, black glue. So I'm using a clear glue for this look because I don't want to add any, you know, I want to see the color through the lash line.
So this is a typical latex adhesive?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so she actually has spread her glue onto a stainless steel mixing palette.
And I just run the lash through it. That way I get a nice even coating without getting any on the actual lash. Because these are a bottom lash, you don't want to put too much glue on. When I put them on the top of the eye, I like to do it when the eye's closed, because if you can imagine, when you open your eye, the skin stretches. So if you put them on when the eye's stretched, when you close, the lashes crinkle, and that's when you'll find they buckle off the eyelid. So if you put them on while the eyelid is a little bit scrunched up, the glue is designed to be stretchy. That's why it's latex glue. So as the eye stretches when it opens, it has a lot more elasticity, and then your lashes will stay down. I don't know if anybody else works from that concept, but hasn't seemed to fail me yet. So this, for this look here, because they're a heavy lash, what I've actually done is I've followed the lash line on the inner corner of the eye, and as I've gone out, I've actually stuck them so that the outer edge is going up into the eye line. So you'll see there will be a tiny little gap when you come up really, you know, if you come and look at it really close, where I've just angled this upwards. And what that does is sometimes if you've got a heavy lash and you follow the lash line, you end up closing the eye. So it's sometimes good to just lift that corner and follow the eyeliner rather than the actual person's eyeline. I'm going to come back into the socket and finish it off with the mauve that I was talking about earlier. And I just pop that straight over the brown, because the purple by itself doesn't have as deeper color as what I would like. I'm going to go back over that eyeline just because I like to do it so that it blends the false lash line a little bit. So I just used a little bit of this, the new diamond eyes. Now you'll notice with this look I didn't put mascara on. Did anyone notice I didn't put it on the top lashes? I didn't forget. I didn't do that because we've got white on the bottom lashes, and as soon as she blinks that would transfer. So what I've done is I've just kept it off the top lashes because I don't want to get any transference on that white. And with the false lashes on the bottom, I've just coloured the tips of them with the blue mascara. I'm going to use a matte foundation with this look, and I'm going to powder it off just because that's a little bit more true to the period. Is that with the 60s and the 50s it was a very powdered look. There wasn't a lot of you know, I am sort of breaking some of the rules because I am going to do a highlight. And this is the loose powder, you know, the luxury powder.
So this is the luxury powder. It's called Cameo. It's in the same series as the Banana, Buff, and Beige Suede.
I've mixed two colors here, the Blushing Bride and Guava. They're two must-haves in your kit.
So this is really, you know, she's mostly worked in a lot of creams, but this new style of cream is very velvety.
What is nice is these lipsticks, the pigment's really nice and present.